afternoon. Thank you for coming to our presentation. I'm Chae-Young, majoring in architecture. Have you ever seen about digital storytelling? We are going to talk about it. This is the table of our content. The outline of our presentation is first, purpose, second, what is digital storytelling, and third, how it is used by each generation, and finally, we will end with the conclusion. The purpose of our presentation is to learn how digital storytelling is being used by each generation. Before we talk about it, let's watch a short video.
What is digital storytelling? How to express ourselves by stories. Does modern technology give a good support? The digital storytelling course will help you to produce the stories more interactively. How does it work? It's a form of storytelling using a variety of multimedia tools, including tools as photography, slides, soundtrack, your voice, subtitles, a short video. Digital storytelling is a result of combining different media elements into a coherent story. Presentations are short but attractive. They stimulate the senses and imagination and are suitable for different learning styles.
Then, what is digital storytelling? With the development of digital media, it is expanding in various new areas through text, voice, sound, video, and animation. Digital storytelling is a dynamic and evolving form of storytelling which attracts attention in the digital age, which encompasses creating and sharing stories through various digital media. Unlike traditional storytelling, which relied on language or written communication, digital storytelling utilizes multimedia elements to engage and capture audience. The main advantage of digital storytelling is accessibility and inclusivity. With the widespread use of smartphones, many people can participate in creating and consuming digital stories. Also, it provides various platforms for the excluded people, enabling various story experiences. Through the integration of media format, storytellers can create a mood in a way that is difficult to achieve traditional text alone. This richness of expression makes a deeper connection between audience and storyteller. Then what is characteristic? First is diversity. Digital storytelling can produce in various types by utilizing functional multimedia. Second is interaction. There is no distinction between reader and producer, so everybody can compose a story interactively. Next, Yuan will explain how digital storytelling is being used by 0 to 20s.
I will talk about how people ages 0 to 20 are using digital storytelling. People ages 0 to 20 are the most closely related to digital storytelling, and they are greatly influenced throughout their lives by it. This generation is characterized by two-way communication using digital storytelling. People ages 0 to 20 are the digital native generation. The digital native generation is a generation of digital habits and thinking by digital languages and equipment from birth. They use digital technology naturally and actively throughout their lives. In addition, they have great social networking capability and form various relationships online. They are also good at expressing creative ideas and have critical thinking skills. This generation, born after the advent of digital media, is exposed to digital storytelling from a very early age. In particular, infants born these days are exposed to digital media as soon as they come into graph shows the first time 2,000 infants encounter digital media. As you can see from this graph, nearly half of the infants first encountered digital media when they were between 13 and 24 months old. In conclusion, we can expect that infants naturally encounter digital storytelling as soon as they start their lives. They come with digital storytelling as they grow up. They encounter digital storytelling in education and play. In terms of education, they watch educational programs and use educational applications from digital media. There are also various media textbooks for them. In terms of play, they can access right contents for them on YouTube Kids channels. They also spend time watching cartoon programs and playing games on smartphones. They can learn how to communicate with the world by growing up with digital storytelling. When they enter school, they receive education using digital storytelling. Through digital storytelling, they are acquiring and using information away from the framework of the institutional sphere of school. They can learn complex concepts easily and interestingly through digital storytelling, which can promote their participation and develop creativity and critical thinking skills. During COVID-19, students couldn't go to school, so they replaced all their studies online. Even after COVID-19, the impact still remains. Let's watch a video that shows the use of digital storytelling during COVID-19 period.
수업 당했습니다. 처방했다고요.
Some schools have already begun trying online classes ahead of the April 9th start date. So how are the test runs going and what are the kinks that need to be worked out? Kim Jae went to hear directly from teachers working on the new system.
When it's time for the class to begin, the teacher turns on the webcam to face her students. With COVID-19 fears still lingering, this is how schools in South Korea will start their new semester through online classes. 490 elementary, middle, and high schools across the country have already begun test runs of their online classes. Students and teachers can give instant feedback by using real-time video conference platforms.
Students' participation was better than I expected. Mid-April isn't far away, but with a couple of practice runs, I think it's enough time to make it possible to run online classes.
But there are still concerns over securing online platforms and adequate equipment for schools and students. Attendance checks take longer than usual and lectures are often disrupted by technical problems such as video connection delays.
Some students might not be in an environment that enables them to take online classes. Teachers may have the adequate equipment such as laptops, but some students have limited digital access.
They also encounter digital storytelling in their major lives. Watching YouTube is what they usually do when they have free time. SNS is a kind of digital storytelling allows people to communicate with their friends. Short form videos allow them to access trends. Digital storytelling is included in online games and the media such as drama. In addition, digital storytelling is affecting society by giving values such as individual freedom, equality, and communication to the digital native generation. They tend to anchor an equal and open society. I have talked about how people ages 0 to 20 are using digital storytelling throughout their lives. Now Hyunjun will talk about how people ages 30 to 50 are using digital storytelling.
Now we will talk about how 30 to 50 generation has adapted to digital storytelling. When they were young, it was their mass media generation. So mass media has one-way communication and very hard to interact and have very steady information. So they have to watch the 1박 2일 or gay concert. Through this, they could make a common ground, and it was very easy to form a group. So it became the collectivism. As the time passes, now it is the time of social media. The social media have interactive and dynamic contents and also have variable informations. Through internet and SNS, we are all connected each other. So the contents between people has been differentiated. So individual have different contents. So we lose our common grounds. So it caused individualism. Then the group became a story, but now the individual became a story. Then you will find out how they adapted and applied it through these changes. We will look into the point of view of SNS and pop-up stores. From the point of view of SNS, they do not jump into SNS directly. According to this pie chart, we can see the more than half of users in SNS is teenager and 20s, and 30 to 50s are only the 40% of this pie chart. We all know 40% is not that small percent, but technically, according to amount of real people number, we can easily find out that 40% is not that small, not that large. Then how do they use their SNS? They use their group's SNS. Through their group's stories, they brand their own group. Like this, the history of Gucci or history of Hermes, they project themselves into their brand. And also, they use characters. The 30 to 50 has project them into the characters. So they marketing their brands with characters, with their own identity projected. And lastly, in SNS, they use hashtag events and sharing events. They use through this SNS, they let people to use their own brand's hashtag or their sharing events. And the point of view of pop-up store, they use online pop-up stores. Traditional pop-up stores has features of very good places and also good products. But now the time has changed. The digital storytelling pop-up stores is much more efficient than only ground offline pop-up stores. So they use, through these changes, they use traditional storytelling methods and also digital storytelling methods. Now Yunso will talk about how digital storytelling is used in more than 60s.
I will present how digital storytelling is being used by seniors in 60s or over. As everyone knows, seniors are a generation that is not familiar with digital storytelling. Digital isolation among older people is increasing due to accelerated digitalization. As a result, the problem of digital alienation among older people continues to arise. This graph shows the number of digital informatization by age. As you can see, 20s and 30s show the level of digital informatization well over 100%. However, in the case of seniors in 60s and 70s, it can be seen that the level of digital informatization is significantly lower than the younger generations. In this situation, digital storytelling can be used as a way to improve digital literacy of seniors. Currently, the way digital storytelling for seniors is mainly focused on recording and sharing their life experience and promoting mental and emotional well-being. So let me introduce some examples related to this. Firstly, the UK's My Story Matters project is a program that helps seniors record their stories. So seniors record their stories in various forms, including writing, photography, and video. In addition, young volunteers work with the elderly to provide technical support. Through this, seniors gain emotional satisfaction by looking back on their lives and promote intergenerational understanding and bonds through interactions with younger generations. Secondly, the Story Center offers digital storytelling workshop. So seniors will learn how to digitally create their life experience from these workshops. In addition, participants share their stories, exchange feedback, and post the final digital story on online platform. This program provides opportunities for self-expression to seniors, and seniors can share their stories with the wider community. Lastly, the Memory Project is a program that helps seniors suffering from dementia record their memories and share them with their descendants. First, let's show a short video related to this program.
Lot at the University of BC. We clicked right away. He has always shown love and care for me. He has supported me in anything I have wanted or attempted to do. I greatly appreciate his love and support. Because I was quite a bit younger than my brothers, my parents were elderly when I had my girls. They were so thrilled, particularly my mom. I think I learned about mothering from my mother. When I look back, her patience was amazing, and she was like that with the girls. And my dad had a good sense of humor. Even though he was away a lot for work, I always felt very loved by him. They lived close by, and she would happily take care of the children in her home. She would play with them and have patience with them, as she had as my mother. And my daughters loved being with them as well. When we moved to Grand Prairie, it was so hard on the girls. They had spent so much time with my parents, and they were very close to them.
As you can see, the project records seniors' history in video and audio formats, and the final record can be uploaded to an online platform, so their families can access and view the video at any time. Through this, seniors feel positive emotions by looking back on their lives, and their families can preserve their memories and build deeper bonds. Examples like this show that the digital storytelling has a positive impact on the lives of the seniors. Seniors share and record their life experience and play an important role in conveying their life experience to future generations. So seniors' emotional stability and social bonds can be strengthened. Finally, digital literacy of seniors can be improved by learning and utilizing digital technology. So next, Cheon will present about the conclusion of our project.
To summarize the key points of our presentation, first, preschoolers are exposed to digital media from the beginning of their lives. It is mainly focused on play or education. In other words, digital storytelling is media teaching materials for learning. Also, various platforms are running kids channel for the child. Second, students use digital media the most. They usually use them to acquire and use information. Also, they use it to communicate with their friends, such as SNS. In the case of adults by 30 to 50s, they use one-way communication from a young age. Therefore, they use digital storytelling with their companies or groups rather than directly participating. In other words, digital storytelling is used in the field of marketing. In fact, seniors are excluded by the advent of digital media. Therefore, the government is running a various projects to record and share their lives. Digital storytelling has made it easier for many people to create their stories. Therefore, critical thinking skills are essential to distinguish between credible and misleading stories. Also, you should check privacy issues and ethical considerations. Thank you for listening our presentation. If you have any question, please do not hesitate to ask. If there are no more questions, this is end of our presentation. Thank you very much again.